Do, 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 do.
'Twas the night before Christmas, up in the stars. A Doodie was stirring, about to travel real far, determined to prove is all been a trick and uncover the lies created by Saint Nick. The truth is out there and it's covered in tinsel. Doodie's back from Uranus, armed with gadgets, attitude, and an icy vendetta. In Doodie in the Santa conspiracy, our extraterrestrial hero sets out to expose the biggest holiday hoax of all, Santa Claus himself. Is Santa a fraud? Get your copy today.
All right. All right, let's get this party started. Hopefully, there are people out there in the metaverse. I just want to get this going over here, working on some stuff. All right. I see Michael San Martino in the house. What's up, brother? All right. Let me get this over. What's up, brother? What's going on? Hopefully, check. Yep. Hopefully, there's no echo. What's up, Lou in the house? Lou Pons in the house. What's going down? What's up, everybody? All right. So, I have this background here because I just moved, and my new studio is not set up, and it's a mess back here. But I'm excited for tonight. I'm very excited to. I launched Doodie and the Santa Conspiracy. So I can't start the show without the hook, the intro. So let's play the intro and we'll get this party started.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the craze. If you are an independent, catch the craze. Making moves on your own, catch the craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the craze. Join the movement, catch the craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man, Vera. And I am flying this shit solo because my boy George is still in San Diego. His better half decided to meet him out in San Diego. So he won't be joining me tonight. But no problem. I truly understand that. But no problem. But I'm excited. Again, so before I start talking about this Doodie's return, I do want to share that I don't know if we talked about it on the show. It's been a minute. Just a quick update for everybody. I just moved, to a one-level home. We used to have a two-level home. It was too big for us, and we wanted a one-level home, make things easier. So I'm still unpacking. It's going to take me a few months, but I did the Retro Expo. And the Retro Expo is like a collector's show, and it's a show where you had trading cards and toys and games. And I was one of a few comic guys there. And I have to say, since I've been in Texas, this has been the biggest and best event I've done by far. By far. In fact, I did better in this show than I did in like 3 shows put together. So I was pleasantly surprised by the reception that I received there, and all the new fans. And thank you for the latest backer. and all the new fans I made out there, and I connected with a lot of retailers too, so which is really cool. Trying something new, and shout out to Aurelis, who told me about Retro Expo. Trying something new, it paid off big time. And I'll be releasing my vlog from the Retro Expo in a few weeks. But it was pretty dope. It was concerning at one point, and because Sunday started off really, 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 really slow, and I think it was like 4 hours in, and my first sale was like $4. 4 hours in on a Sunday, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Then 2 hours went by, and I didn't have another sale till for another 2 hours, and that was for like $10. And then all of a sudden, it just became DEFCON 5, and I just had a madhouse, and it was just scoop, 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 and I'm trying to keep up with everything, and then all of a sudden, what I thought was a bust on Sunday ended up being one of my biggest days ever. So I was very excited about RetroCon. Um, wait. I love it when you come back with a success story. Thank you. Right, because some of them are hit or miss, but this was, I was talking to George. I was like, "Yo, I was shocked," right? And even Sunday, with 6 hours in, and I made $14. Um, the last 2 hours was more than I did on Saturday, which was crazy. So you never know. That's why it's always good to stick to the end. Stick to the end. I do want to share that tonight, if we get to 20 backers, I will be raffling off the new latest cover. Let's see if I can get this up front. Oh, I got to take off my dang screen. Oh, here we go. Bam. There it is. This is the new retail edition cover of There's an Alien in My Telda issue number 1. Try to get over here. Bang. There it is. Right. Hopefully you can see it. I'm struggling over here. Probably have to take off my green screen. Let's see. Let's see if I could take off the virtual background for a second. None. There it is. Boom. There it is. So I will be raffling off this bad boy. This is the new retail edition cover. And you can see my background, my warehouse. This is the real deal. It's kind of thuggish, but it's coming along. I got this station set up, but I gotta paint the walls. I gotta set all this stuff up. So I haven't painted. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be back, and I wish my boy George was here tonight. But I understand. Matters of the heart come first. They take precedence. But again, I'm getting ready for this weekend. I will be at Bell County Comic Con. So I'm excited about going there this weekend. It's my second appearance there. This time I'm going to be in the pit. Last year I was in a new building that they created. Even though I did really well there, I knew I could have done better in the pit, in the mosh pit, with all the fantastic creators and where all the crowd was, because you had to walk out of the buildings, walk down a path, past the food trucks, down the road to get to my building. And my only saving grace in that building was that there was a food court and there was a children's play zone. So that was my saving grace, which is why we had traffic. But this year, even though it's a 6-foot table, I got to try to figure it out with this 6-foot table, because truly for me to really have a really fantastic setup, I need at least 10 feet, right? Like, they only have 8-foot tables, Sam. Yeah, I know, but I bring another 2-foot table with me. But this one is 6 foot and it's inline, and I got somebody on my left and somebody right, so I can't extend my table, so that sucks. But also RetroCon, I had a corner table, right? Yeah, I had a corner table. I had a corner, so that was a corner booth, and so that was pretty hot. That was pretty hot there. So what's going on with Doodie and the Santa conspiracy, man? If you know anything about what I've done over the years, I wrote a Christmas story, a Santa story with Doodie back in the days, and I actually illustrated it. In fact, because I was trying to have it to show you that I actually published it back in the days. And so when I really wanted to go back and redo the whole thing, and I was going to use the original script. And when I read through it, it wasn't as magical and fun with a heartfelt story attached to it, a learning lesson, lessons learned part that I wanted. So always, I love aliens. I've always been a big believer of Santa Claus, the red guy. So I decided to scrap that script, scrap that entire story, and rewrite the whole thing. So when I was drawing Doodie's monster, Doodie, No Boo for You, the last issue of Disney in My Toilet, that's when it came to my head. I said, you know what? I want something, a spacer between issue 7 and 8, right? Because I got the art book coming out in the fall, right? So I wanted something fun because this will be shipped out in November, right? So just in time for Christmas. So if you have nephews and nieces or cousins or uncles who love comedy, this is a great Christmas gift, right? So, don't just get one, you might have to get two. I'm just saying. But I wanted something that had a story to it with a plot twist that no one would expect. And so I did draft after draft after draft. And then once I had it and I had the cast of characters like Crusher and Juniper, right? I had the story. Then I was just, all right, the look and feel of the story. So I really wanted it to be, like an old school, but more like modern. So I wanted a mix of like Disney-esque with classic Looney Tunes. So I've been, busting my hump behind the scenes, just drawing, drawing, drawing. And I'm excited to share this with you. Oh, we're up to 10 backers. We're up to 10 backers. So if we get 10 more, we're raffling off this bad boy. Someone's going to get the first copy of the retail edition. This is hot off the press. No one's seen this. It hasn't. I'm actually going with this to Bell County Comic Con this weekend. So, you'll get your hands on this is going to be the retail edition. So I retired the old covers for Disney in My Toilet. So all the covers are retired, issue number 1. And that's the new cover going forward, replaced everything. And I'm excited about that. So with Doodie in the Santa Conspiracy, basically this takes place after Disney Alien in My Toilet ends. So I'm not giving away the ending for Disney in My Toilet. Oh, Suki, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Where's my yay?
Yay!
There it is.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
All right. So thank you so much. So this story takes place after Doodie's time on Earth with Disney in My Toilet. And he comes across the story of Santa Claus, and he doesn't believe it's possible. He just doesn't believe it's possible that a human being is capable of traveling around the globe in one night and delivering gifts. So he thinks it's a fraud, and he thinks that Earthlings just create propaganda. So he wants to debunk this myth, right? He wants to prove that this is just a lie. What Doodie doesn't know. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you.
Yay!
What Doodie doesn't realize is that Santa has a defense, right? That the real Santa Claus that he thinks is a myth, this guy has been around for a minute. He's rolling deep, and Doodie doesn't know what he's getting himself into, as usual. So I'll read you my little where is it? My log line. So when you write your pitches and you try to come up with your theme for your story, you always have a log line or something that summarizes it in 1 or 2 sentences. So a skeptical green alien from Uranus travels to Earth to expose Santa Claus as a fraud, only to discover Santa is protected by a surprisingly fierce, festive, and highly organized secret army of snowmen, reindeer, and elves. Right? So, Suki, awesome. Thank you, brother.
Yay!
Right? So he doesn't understand that ski physical. I know. It's been, dude, you don't understand. Moving and packing sucks, and unpacking in Texas with 99-degree weather, it just absolutely sucks. And I've been doing 5 a.m. to midnight because I was on vacation last week, just moving and getting everything. So I packed everything in my house, and I took everything from the second floor down, and so that way the movers can just get it from the first floor and bring it up. So I'm excited about that. What's up, Endo Zed in the house? Well, once I get home, I will be 11 and 12. What's up? Good evening, Sammy the Crazies. Yes. So I hit a nerve. I must have hurt a nerve because this finger is numb and my thumb is numb and my arm falls asleep from time to time when I'm putting my arm on the desk. So I have to stretch it, and it wakes me up in the middle of the night because the whole thing goes numb. So I definitely hit a nerve. I'm gonna try to schedule time to go see a chiropractor or somebody to fix this, but it sucks. Moving sucks, and this is my last time moving. I promise. We were excited when we moved to Texas. It was a big house. Now we don't need such a big house. It was just maintenance nightmare, and we wanted one level, easy peasy, quiet neighborhood. Beautiful neighborhood and a bigger yard for the dogs. So, so there are many characters in the series, right? And if I take you to the Kickstarter page, if I share that page with you, let me go here. Let me just share this. I haven't done this in a minute. Share. Where is this? What is this? Press command. What is this? No, I don't want that. Share screen. There it is. All right. Doodie and the Santa Conspiracy share. Cool. So this is the main cover. Eddie Lima in the house. This is the main cover. And this cover here, I was inspired by the classics, like Miracle on 34th Street. I wanted something that had that kind of feel to it, but yet almost grinchy and cartoony at the same time when I did this cover. And then being the opinionated artist I am of my own work, I was like, I don't know if this is strong enough. I think I didn't want to do a variant cover, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to do a secondary cover, and I'll show you that in a second. But this is one of the pages. I purposely left out the dialogue because I don't want to give away what's happening in the story. But this is one of the pages of the book when Doodie first. Thank you, Eddie, man. Coming from you, man. I mean, I got some fantastic artists in this chat, and so you guys hearing that from you guys makes all the difference in the world. So this is one of the images, and then I wanted to make Doodie. So I don't know if you know Jim Davis. Yeah, I'm sure you do. If you're an artist, you know who Jim Davis is and Garfield. You see how Garfield has transitioned over the years. Oh, what's up, Dan? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And you know how Garfield has changed his look from times. So in this book, I really wanted to make Doodie cuter because it was Christmas, and I wanted to be fun and I wanted to be appealing. So I really made his head a little bigger and his body a little smaller than I normally do. In fact, this is exactly how I originally designed him years ago. Somehow I made him longer and all that stuff, whatever. But for this issue, I really wanted to, in the book, the pages. If my thing doesn't stop spinning around, I can move it. But I gotta wait till that stops. You can't see it, but I'm spinning. But I really wanted to make him cuter. I wanted to make it fun, and I've always wanted to draw my own snow scenes. I was a big fan of G.I. Joe, the snow soldiers, like Frostbite and was it Snow Globe, Frostbite, Snow Job. That was it, Snow Job. Oh, thank you. So this is one of the scenes where he's in the woods, right? He's navigating. He's like, oh, I see. And, he has his gadget telling him he's being surrounded. He's like, what's up? And then bap, he gets hit in the head with a snowball. And then Doodie's doing his thing and is giving his lecture, but then he doesn't realize he's outnumbered, right? So I wanted to give a few pages, not too much because I don't want to give away the story. But then this is the second cover that I did where Doodie's leaping from the trees at Santa Claus. And so I wanted to give two options in case anybody wasn't digging the first option. There was a second option as well, but that's the variant cover. So that's limited. We'll only do, I think that's limited to 100 copies. And once that's done, I'm sticking to the main cover. And then we have all the characters, right? So we have the prince and then we have all the characters. So You have Santa. You have Ivan. Ivan is the big muscular elf, right? Head of Santa's elf security. Yeah, you have Juniper. She's the head of intelligence. So she's the one who has all the information. And and then you have Baracus. Baracus is the general of the snowman army, right? And you got Romulus, who's the reindeer, Santa's main reindeer. He leads the reindeer clan. And then you have Crusher, who is the abominable snowman. Um, oh, thank you. Well, I'm not at your level, but I aspire to get to where you guys are at coloring. So I took my time with this, and man, I studied a lot of books. I was like, how would they color a Disney character? And I was just looking at the shading and lighting and tones, and I was just taking my time um, with all of these because I really wanted these characters to stick out. What's fantastic about these characters that each of them have their own backstory, which leads to something mysterious. That if I wanted to come back later on and tell a part two of the story from behind the scenes, from their perspective, I can. So, like, they all have their own worlds within the world. So, each character is vital to this entire story. Um, they all play a big part. Like Crusher, who's the abominable snowman, right? The reason why he attacks, he's actually protecting humans and society from something, a secret that lies beneath that's very dangerous. So he's basically like the gatekeeper, right? So can't give too much away, but every single one of them has a backstory which leads into a bigger story. The side quest. Yes, right? So and so each of them have their own story, right? You have Crusher. Crusher isn't just a snow-covered beast. He is a guardian of something ancient, something hidden deep beneath the ice, right? So when a reckless adventurer stumbles upon him, they realize Crusher isn't trying to scare people away. He's trying to protect them from whatever lurks beneath. Right? So you wonder what it is, right? We won't know. Will we see its little head creep out in this issue? The only way to know is by getting yourself a copy of Duty and the Santa Conspiracy. And this is a one shot right now. It's 28 pages, so it's longer than my normal books, which are 24 pages. So it's 28 pages, this comic book. And it's fun, it's adventure, and it's all sorts of duty wackiness. Then you have Ivan, who is the head of the North Pole Security, right? Guardian of Encino Man. There you go, right? Yeah, he's stern but fair. Ivan runs Santa's security detail with military precision. Beneath his tough exterior, he has a deep loyalty to Santa, to the Claus family, and a soft spot for those who truly embody the holiday spirit. So he's a teddy bear, right? With muscles, right? So he's bears are. Everyone loves a bear, but then if they smack you, you're done. I'll help dig them up, right? And then you have Juniper, right? She is head of Santa's intelligence division. Sharp, calculating, always 5 steps ahead. Juniper is the silent guardian of Christmas, ensuring threats never get close enough to ruin the magic. She's fiercely loyal to Santa, but there's a quiet sadness behind her piercing gaze, one that hints at a past few dare to ask about. Why? Why do they fear asking? I don't know. Will that also surface in this book? Only one way to know is by getting yourself a copy, right? And then you have Romulus. Romulus is he's commander of Santa's fleet, right? The air division, right? Stoic, disciplined, and endlessly dramatic. Romulus treats leading Santa's sleigh team like commanding a legendary army. He insists that every flight is a historic campaign and refers to Santa as the general, right? And and then everyone knows who Santa Claus is. He's the keeper of Christmas. And then there's Baracus. Baracus is the commander of Santa's Arctic defense, and he's stern, unshakable, and built like a frozen fortress. Baracus is the first and last line of defense against any threat to the North Pole. He speaks in a deep, rumbling voice that sounds like shifting glaciers, and he has an ironclad sense of duty, right? No pun intended. But so that's the cast of the comic book, and that's what Doodie's up against. And then we have 5 different prints as add-ons. You have the 2 variant covers, and then you have the sticker set, the 7 sticker set. And it's a simple campaign. There's no bells and whistles. And if you're new to Designating My Toilet or to my work, then you can get the new issue cover number 1, or you can get the graphic novel volume 1 and issue 6 and 7. So those are the add-ons. It's pretty simple. This is it right here. Nothing crazy. No 5,000 reward tiers. Just simple, easy peasy, and a really achievable goal based on the campaign. So the goal is 649, and that'll fund this project. And again, if for every 20 backers, I will be raffling off the new issue number 1 cover of There's an Alien in My Toilet, which becomes the new retail edition. So next year, when it hits distribution, because I'm waiting till all 10 issues are done to start with distribution, that'll be the one that you'll see on the shelves in the stores. That's my spiel. I have a trailer for you, a little something, little nursery rhyme that I wrote that I like to play for you. Here we go.
'Twas the night before Christmas, up in the stars, a Doodie was stirring, about to travel real far, determined to prove, is all been a trick, and uncover the lies, created by Saint Nick. The truth is out there, and it's covered in tinsel. Doodie's back from Uranus, armed with gadgets, attitude, and an icy vendetta. In Doodie in the Santa Conspiracy, our extraterrestrial hero sets out to expose the biggest holiday hoax of all, Santa Claus himself. Is Santa a fraud? Get your copy today.
Get your copy today. Where's this back? Boom. Yeah, what? There's this there's that posh lady again, right? So yeah, so that's it. I mean, that's the comic book in a nutshell. If you know anything about Doodie, there's a reason why I did Doodie's Monsters, right? It's an introduction onto the time when Doodie's going up against Cthulhu. Yeah, I know, George brought the sexy back with that voice. Laura Croft. And so I'm working on the samurai story for next year. I'm working on finishing Doodie's Monsters. And there's going to be a series of one-offs and then a series of 4-issue minis, which will be collected as trades. And right after Designating My Toilet is done, it just goes into short stories, 4-issue stories or one-shots with Doodie. And that's my whole goal with it. And so I'm pretty excited about where it's going. And I'm really excited about this project. It's everything I love about drawing and creating stories. Any questions? This is weird because I usually play off of George, and he's not here. Any questions about the story? Any the characters? This campaign is a 25-day campaign. It's not a full 30 days. Because August, I got 2 conventions coming up. I got Bell County Comic Con coming up this weekend. When we get a Doodie Juice, working on it. I'm waiting for the series to be done. So next year, I got some things in the pipeline working for next year. Everything I'm doing this year, thank you for the question, Michael. Everything I'm doing this year is building up to things I'm working towards next year to get Doodie out into the market. So this is almost like trial and error, test and try. I've tried products at conventions, new things, and to see what works, what sticks, what doesn't. Right now, what really sticks at the conventions are my art, the prints, the books, and my stickers. Those are the things that have been guaranteed. Or my figure. When I take a figure to the convention or the collector's box, I took only 3 collector's boxes to RetroCon and I sold all 3 at the con where they were packed. So it was a hefty price tag with the collector's box, and it was filled with Doodie goodies, and all of them went. So that's been what's working. So that's giving me an insight into where my focus will be next year. Why Christmas in July? Why not? I got Michael Bublé's Christmas special in the car. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. I love Christmas. Um, Christmas for me is all year round. I have Frank Sinatra. I have Bing Cosby. I'm dreaming. Oh, why Christmas? Who doesn't love Christmas? And because July was my birthday month, why not celebrate Christmas on my birthday month, right? So Christmas in July, why not? That's what I say to everybody, and it's just the best time. And it's perfect because when you order this, it ships. You get it in November, right in time for Christmas, right before Christmas. So if you want to give it as a gift to somebody who's never read a comic, or somebody who loves Christmas and loves aliens, or you want to introduce somebody to comics for the first time, a child or a nephew or whatever, is a great opportunity to get your early Christmas gift on now. So by the time it comes, you already got that gift already secured. You just got to wrap it. I want to do the eggnog. Oh, those boxes. Yes, I'll send you that information right after this. Don't forget about me. Yes. I have to go through my emails and find the vendor, because I use a lot of vendors for a lot of things. So I just gotta go and look that up, and I'll send it to you tonight, guaranteed 100%. But yes, I mean, I love Christmas. I mean, it's my favorite time of the year. The only time I didn't celebrate Christmas was 3 years in a row. I did not do it. It was because I lost my mom around Christmas when I was 18 years old. And so, and my mom was big on the holidays, and it wasn't the same without her. And so it took me a while. And then my sister got me back into the spirit of things, and I dressed up as Santa Claus for the family every year. I even dressed up as Santa Claus at 4 different companies I worked for the staff. And I just absolutely love Christmas. It brings out nothing but kindness and warmth in people, and it makes you love life, I guess. I'm more mushy and stuff, but I just love it. I love the colors. I love. That's the only thing I don't like about Texas. We get ice. We don't get snow. It'd be nice to have some snow in Christmas, right? I went and picked a tree my first year here in Texas. I never had a real tree, and I always had a fake tree. And so when I moved to Texas, I wanted to do what I saw on TV, where the family goes to a tree farm and they get the tree and they put it on the hood of the car and they bring it home. I did that, but I did that at 90-degree weather. I'm like, what is this? This is a travesty. This is preposterous. But yeah, I just absolutely Santa Claus. Yeah, so I actually love it. It's the best time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. What else? Shoot. All right, we're still at 10. If we get to 20 tonight, I'm raffling off this book. So some lucky one is going to get it. Hopefully tonight. Cool. So yes, I'll be a guest at Texas Latino Comic Con. My second year in a row where I'm a guest there. So I'm excited about that. That's also in August. And then I'm doing a bunch of shows in September and October. I had to turn down some shows. I had a bunch of show promoters reach out to me, but I was so booked in those months that I couldn't take on another one with work. How about a Doodie Christmas album? Yeah, I know, right? Yes, I know. That's pretty dope. Yeah. I don't know if you can ever compete with Alvin and the Chickmunks Christmas album. Christmas time is here. That was like the best Christmas album ever. I don't know whatever happened to mine, but my mom bought me the Alvin and the Chickmunks Christmas album. It was the best. But I haven't got that far yet. I'm still working on the Doodie's original soundtrack album, and how to market that and how to get that out there. Working on that stuff with that, and just trying to build Alvin. Yes, I know. Watch out, cause here we come. It's been a while. No, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, but that was. I mean, who doesn't love Alvin and the Chickmunks? We're the Chickmunks. What is it? CHIPMUNK. Where the check mark, guaranteed to brighten your day. Do, 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 do. Sorry. That's just me. But yeah, man. I got anybody doing any conventions this year? Eddie, Michael, anybody? I know anything getting published, anything you're doing on the download that nobody knows about? Is Doodie gonna get a brother? Oh, snaps. See, Doodie has a family. You've learned about his dad, right? He has a best friend named Cheeks. I don't know if and that there's the three D's, Dee Dee, Dottie, and Daisy. And one of them is in love with Doodie. But does he have siblings? Only one way to find out. No conventions this year for me. Yeah. I wish I was in San Diego. I'm working on an art book. Oh, nice. What's the theme for the art book? I wish I was at San Diego Comic Con. George went there this year. I was pretty excited for that. Mysterious, yes, indeed. I really want to go to San Diego Comic Con next year because next year I'll have the series done. The last time I was at San Diego Comic Con, it was my biggest show ever. I was on the radio in San Diego Comic Con. I was on NBC News at San Diego Comic Con, and I sold out when I was at San Diego Comic Con. That was my last appearance. I think it was 2009. I think that was it, 2009. And then I left the game for 10 years. And I was like, all right, I'm out. Mic drop. Let's go. And so I would love to return and try to figure out if I can recapture that magic. Terrific Con, nice. And I believe the 3 of 4 Horsemen will be. That's dope. Silent Stories is the working title. Ooh, that sounds mysterious. Yes. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to go to San Diego Comic Con next year. That's my goal. If I can go out there and rock out. I mean, they have the best after parties. It's the best place to network with people. Sup, dude? Yes, we will be at Terrificon. Join me, John, and George. Nice. Technicolor's Book 5 is inked, being colored, also working on 2 new stories. Nice. What's the themes to your stories? Plots? Anything? Action, adventure, sci-fi? What is it? Fantasy? Stop holding out on me. All right, we're still at 10 backers. If we get to, again, 20 backers tonight, I will be raffling off this new edition cover for one lucky winner. Sci-fi for one, and the other is horror. 2 great genres, right? I mean, who doesn't get enough of sci-fi and horror? I mean, look at Aliens, look at Predator. You got all this stuff, right? And horror is just like on a whole nother level. That's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna play my trailer one more time.
'Twas the night before Christmas, up in the stars. A Doodie was stirring, about to travel real far, determined to prove it's all been a trick and uncover the lies created by Saint Nick. The truth is out there and it's covered in tinsel. Doodie's back from Uranus, armed with gadgets, attitude, and an icy vendetta. In Doodie and the Santa Conspiracy, our extraterrestrial hero sets out to expose the biggest holiday hoax of all. Santa Claus himself. Is Santa a fraud? Get your copy today.
Get your copy today. Let's see. Hold on. Brand color. Why is that blue though? Red. There it is. Boom. All right. I really dig the Doodie collector's box in the last Kickstarter. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Um, Michael's like, yo, what are you gonna tell me tonight after I get off? Yes, I was saying earlier today that at RetroCon I took 3 of them with me because they came with a hefty price tag because they were fully loaded and fully stocked, and I sold all 3 really quick. Boom. So I'm taking 5 with me to Bell County Comic Con. Just say the same. Oh, look at that face. Oh, your mug is there. Look at that. Wow. Let's see anybody else got some pictures in there. There. Oh, look at that. Everybody's pictures come up. That's new. That is dope. There's the Dan's there. Wow, that is pretty dope. And StreamYard is really doing its thing. Yeah. So while we're at it, I'll give you a little quick look at what's going to be my new studio. Let me take out the virtual background. I go to none. All right, let's go to here. All right, so this is going to be my setup. I'm going to move my camera. Hopefully it doesn't unplug itself. But over there on that side of the room is my gym when I'm done. And over here behind me, this is my drawing stations right here next to me. And my laptop. I have a different laptop connected to my Wacom tablet, my graphic tablet. And I'm trying not to get anything to unplug. But this is my room. It's pretty big. I put this shelf here as a divider. Where is it? This shelf as a divider. And I have a PowerTech unit behind it and my lat pull down squat rack over there. And I'll have my stepper there. It's in the shed right now. But yeah, and but I'm going to paint this entire studio midnight blue. Nothing's up yet. I just moved in. I've only been here since Wednesday last week. So I'm still unpacking and getting everything situated. But those doors right there lead to my yard, which is pretty dope. And my dogs love it because it's a really big yard and they get to run around. And I have a friendly bunny rabbit that comes to my fence every morning and says hello. Studio. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. So, Doodie and the Santa Conspiracy. Have you gotten your copy today? Pledge now, and you can be one of a winner of this amazing new issue number 1 comic cover. This is the new cover again, the new retail edition cover. And for every 20 backers, I'll be raffling one off, and you can be one that win. I like 2 minutes to midnight blue. 2 minutes to what happened to 3 minutes? Or what even 4? Or 1 minute and 99 seconds? Why 2 minutes? I never heard of that. I'm intrigued. 2 minutes. I love blue. Oh, have a blue Christmas. I love blue. I love the color blue. And so I'm going to do a midnight blue in here. And then behind me on that wall, is going to be all Doodie art. And it's, I don't know if I want to hand draw it a mural. I'm not sure yet because it's going to take a lot of time. But I definitely want like a mural of Doodie on the background, on the backdrop. So, but that's going to take me a couple months. I don't think I'll be done in here till like November. Wouldn't be 1 minute and 59 seconds. Iron Maiden. Oh, there you go. There you go. I would never have guessed. I was a Bon Jovi, Motley Crue kind of guy. Up in iron. Yeah, man. So this definitely is going to be a slow crawl for this campaign. It's only 25 days. I'm excited about this anyway. This gives me a break between issue 7 and 8. Issue 8 will be launching in February because the art book launches this fall. And George and I are trying to coincide our launch together for his comic. I think it's Russ or Wonder Duck. I'm not sure which one he's launching in the fall. So we're trying to do like a double tandem thing where we promote each other. So we're working on that behind the scenes and, and go from there. What do you mean you work? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And I will messenger message you tonight with that. But again, we are 10 backers. There's an alien on my toilet, and we're actually Doodie in the Santa Conspiracy. There's an alien on my toilet is a different book, but Doodie's back on Earth, and this is the campaign. And I do appreciate everybody that came out tonight to support the campaign. Thank you, Lou and Michael and Dan and Arroyos Compollos. Yeah, and so today's the first day. I launched it at 6 in the morning, and at one of my first backers was Aurelius. Shout out to Aurelius this morning, and because I wanted to get an early start to it because it is Tuesday. He's launching the shameless plug. That's what it is, the shameless plug. There you go. Yeah, so we'll be doing something in tandem around there because while I'm finishing up this book, I'm also formatting the art book and getting it ready. And my goal is to have a physical copy to show during the campaign launch for the art book. So that's to come. And then I'll take off the rest of the year and come back in February, early March, late February with issue number 8. And then next year would just be issue 8, 9, and 10. And then the series for Disney and My Toilet will be done. And then I'll be moving on to the other projects. So I'm excited about that. But again, shout out to everybody at the Retro Expo. You guys rock. Thank you for your support. Thank you for showing the love. Again, Retro Expo, a surprise. I never thought that I would do as well as I did there since, I didn't have games and I didn't have, Pokemon and all that stuff. And I did extremely well and I was extremely happy there. And I'm looking forward to Bell County this weekend. So Friday I leave, I drive out. It's a few hour drive and set up and rock on the weekend. And I'm excited about that. And I will be sharing. We'll have to arrange some dual live joys. Yes, we will. I'm also excited to share that with my company, where I just moved to in Texas, in Rockwall, Texas. I will be I'll be 5 minutes away from my new location that I'll start in next year with my company. I was promoted and I'll be taking over a new location. And so it'll be the easiest drive. Now I drive about an hour and 20 minutes a day each way. I'll be driving 5 minutes, which is awesome. So that means I'll have more time to draw and less time in traffic, which is going to be I'm so excited about that. But yeah, man, don't forget, again, this is a great Christmas gift. This campaign gets shipped out in November, right in time for Christmas. So again, Doodie into Santa Conspiracy. I'm going to show you one more time. Share screen. Where's screen? Oh, let me go to screen. So there it is. We're at 10 backers, and we got 25 days to go. Doodie into Santa Conspiracy. It's basically Doodie doesn't believe Santa is real or he's capable of delivering gifts in one night. And so he's heading to Earth to debunk him. Doesn't realize Santa Claus has a defense system, multi-layered defense system network, and Doodie has to try to infiltrate and get through to try to figure out that Santa's a fraud. There's only 2 covers in this book. There's the main cover and the variant cover. There's 5 prints, 7 stickers, and the add-ons are the same as what's as a reward, so you can add on. And then if you're new to Disneyland on My Toilet, you can get all 7 issues of Disneyland on My Toilet and get caught up with my series. And again, George is a letterer, and I did everything else. So again, if you haven't done so already, please pledge tonight. And let's get close to that goal. This is an achievable goal. It's only $649 goal. And I'm excited to share this with you guys. And next week we will be back because I was supposed to be away next week. I think I'm back on Tuesday. Yes. And so George and I will be back and we'll be talking about San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be talking more about RetroCon with George. We'll be shooting the breeze and sharing some stuff and talk about future plans. I know George got some things he's cooking up. I got some things I'm cooking up and we'll share it with you next week. But again, thank you, Lou and Michael and Dan and Anibal, for showing up tonight. And again, you have time to back the campaign. I love for you to back it today if you haven't done so already. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to sign off and get some drawing done since I have time. And with that said, I'm Seb, the crazy man Vera. Thank you all again. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will leave you with the promo. Have a good night, everyone.
'Twas the night before Christmas, up in the stars. A Doodie was stirring, about to travel real far, determined to prove is all been a trick and uncover the lies created by Saint Nick. The truth is out there, and it's covered in tinsel. Doodie's back from Uranus, armed with gadgets, attitude, and an icy vendetta. In Doodie and the Santa Conspiracy, our extraterrestrial hero sets out to expose the biggest holiday hoax of all, Santa Claus himself. Is Santa a fraud? Get your copy today.
Get your copy today and stream. Boom.